Good morning and welcome to Minerals, Rocks, and Fossil Talks. I'm your paleontology teacher, Jen, and today is Fossil Friday. We're going to talk about Barosaurus and Supersaurus. So during my short time volunteering in the prep lab at the BYU Museum of Paleontology, I was given this massive jacket, and it was one of the last two from the Dry Mesa Quarry from the 60s. So these jackets had been stored at BYU for some time, and they just hadn't gotten to them because they were huge, and people just didn't want to work on them because they were big and didn't know where they were going to put them when they were done anyway. But now they have space. So I was working on this massive jacket. Okay, this is a close-up of the jacket I was working on. So we've got part of our cervical vertebrae here, and pieces that came off while I was taking the top part of the jacket off, or part of it. It had been sitting for a while, and the jacket was kind of a mess when we opened it, so sometimes you just gotta make do, and this was fossilized. This is basically carbonized, so it's not even like proper permineralization or anything like that, so it's crumbly and kind of sad, but that's beside the point. So, like I said, this was a massive cervical or neck vertebrae, and there were two dinosaurs that paleontologists had been going back and forth on what it could be. Barosaurus or Supersaurus. Both of these sauropods are from the late Jurassic Morrison Formation. Both can be found in Colorado, and both were found in the Dry Mesa Quarry, which is located near Delta, Colorado. And both of them were diplodocid sauropods. So you can see the difficulties in trying to decide which one it could be. Barosaurus, meaning heavy lizard, averages about 82 to 89 feet in length, so it's about 12 to 20 meters. The cervical vertebrae were up to 50% longer than those of Diplodocus, while the caudal vertebrae were shorter. This meant that Barosaurus had a longer neck, but a shorter tail than Diplodocus. It also had shorter, more complex neural spines than Diplodocus. So while they're very similar to Diplodocus, they're also different enough that we can definitely tell them apart. Supersaurus, or super lizard, averages about 108 to 115 feet in length, so that's about 33 to 35 meters, which is significantly bigger than Barosaurus. There's at least one individual housed at BYU that's estimated to have been about 128 feet long, or 39 meters. It was similarly built to Apatosaurus. So while Diplodocus and Barosaurus are kind of long, lithe, narrow sauropods, Apatosaurus and Supersaurus are bulkier. They're a bit broader. And so they're a little different. Now, we've got our differences set in store here, so let's talk about my vert. So the vertebrae that I was working on, along with one other one that had already been prepped out and was just waiting in collections for his buddy to be cleaned up, they're about 4.5 feet or 1.4 meters long. 4.5 feet. That's a big vertebrae. That's like a good chunk of my height. So this brings the animal's size up considerably, putting it closer to 150 feet long or 45 meters, which is freaking huge. So So yeah, this was a big ass animal. But there you have it. So give me your opinion. What do you think? Do you think it's Barosaurus or do you think it's Supersaurus? Just interested to see what everybody else thinks, whether you're a professional or not, because, sometimes we just gotta wait for more information, and sometimes it's just fun to bounce ideas around. So leave your thoughts in the comments, and I will see you guys Monday, where I will be talking about the carnivores who were brave enough to take on a sauropod for dinner. And I will fossilize you guys later.